Welcome to the only guide you'll ever need to beat the guide boss battle. First thing you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to dungeon, which is located in the hatch right here in spawn. So once you go through there, go to the hallway on the left, and there you will be sent to the Epic Gamer boss battle dungeon thingy. So once you have gone through the portal, you'll be teleported into this silly looking room here. Inside this silly little looking room, there will be a lever. You gotta flick the lever, and as soon as you flick the lever, a giant scary skeleton is gonna start chasing you. So make sure your teammates are loaded in before you flip the lever, because if they're not loaded in, then that kind of sucks because they're probably gonna die. So make sure your teammates are loaded in and ready to go before you flip the lever. Very important. So once you have ran through this little door right here, so you're going to want to take the hallway on the right. That will lead you to this little room that has a golem that will spawn as soon as someone goes in. Now this isn't that hard to do, but the trick is avoiding the golem. If you fall down on accident, make sure to strafe around the golem so that way he doesn't hit you, because he will hit you with ranged attacks and he will also slam attack you if you get too close. So make sure to strafe around him if you fall, so that way you don't get hit by the blast that you will fire at you. Once you get to the top, you'll get to this little silly parkour course, which has 3 doors at the end of it. All of the passages will lead you to where you need to go. However, I would suggest taking the right passage, as the right passage, in my opinion, is a lot easier than the other two. On the right passage, you'll have to dodge trains. To dodge the train, you simply have to go on the rail and then jump off the rail, and then you're balling. Once you get through that, get to this potato guy. He will slap you with the darn little potato glove that he has, which will give you the potato effect. You're basically going to be playing a game of hot potato with him. Simply slap him when he has like 1 or 2 seconds left. There's a very high chance he's not going to hit you back if you do that. So just wait until you got about 2 to 1 second left on the potato timer, and then give him a good old big hand to the face, and then he will stinking blow up. I would also suggest only one person doing it. So, because if you have multiple people in there, you might target your teammates, which will make it harder for you to give the potato back to him if he's like running away from you because he's targeting your teammates. So make sure I would highly recommend that only one person does it. So once you get through that, you're gonna get to a maze. Now on the right side, you're gonna get to this little Among Us room that gives you the Among Us car. What's the cool thing about the Among Us car is that it's an Among Us car, for one, and for two, it will help you get through the maze very quickly. So on the left side, when you come in, that will bring you to the maze. Once you get through the maze, you will have to unfortunately leave your sussy car behind, but it's okay because we are getting very close to the boss battle. So once you do that, you'll get to this hallway. Although if you go to the left or the right, there'll be a giant flight of stairs that you can just kind of jump down, because Robloxians have legs of steel. So once you have jumped down there, you will find a nice little heart down there. You are gonna want to pick this up because this gives you an extra life, which is super duper helpful. It's going to come in really handy for the boss fight, so I would highly recommend you grab this before doing anything else. Now, once you have finally climbed the stairs, your knees are probably killing you, but we're not done yet. So once you go up more stairs, you'll get to this house. Do not flip the lever inside the house just yet. Go around the house, because out back you have this little cube. You touch the cube of life, which will give you health regen, which is also super duper important. Health regen is like super good. So once all of your teammates are inside the house, flip the lever. It's very important. Make sure all of your teammates are inside the house, because once the lever is flipped, everyone outside the house will die. And you do not want that to happen. So make sure all of your teammates are inside before you flip that lever. I know you guys like pushing buttons and stuff like that, but you seriously need to make sure you don't press that until all of your teammates have collected the regen orb and the hell extra heart. So once you do that, you'll be sent to the boss, the Slapstructor. This boss has 3 phases. The clones can be taken out very easily just by slapping them. It's super easy. Just give them a little shake and they'll fall over like nothing. The walls, you just walk sideways. I'm sure you know how to walk sideways, but in case you don't, you just press S, or no, you press D or A to walk sideways to avoid the wall. And then he may send meteors after you. Those are pretty self-explanatory. Just avoid the little red dots that appear. And then he will also summon in tentacles, which will try to slap you. These do damage, so you want to be extra sure to avoid the tentacle, because again, they do damage and you do not want to take that damage. There will also be arrows that will be pointing in a random direction. Think of the arrows as like a conveyor belt. The arrows are basically a conveyor belt that points a specific direction. Another attack he will throw at you is a Golem, which will target one player. Now, the player who is targeted should just run away like a little loser, while all of his teammates courageously beat up the Golem with their bare hands. Which, the Golem will die after a few hits, and then you can go on with your life. So, he will... And then the final attack is the most important attack to pay attention to. He will shoot homing missiles at random players. Now this is really important because this is how you deal damage to the guide. In order to deal damage, you want to slap the missiles. If you slap the missile, it will redirect the missile and it will hit the boss. Now, it doesn't matter which way you hit the missile. If you hit the missile backwards, sideways, forwards, towards your house, towards your toilet, it doesn't matter because the missile will somehow know to target what you want to target. Hitting a missile will lower his health. So you basically just gotta dodge all of his attacks, wait for him to shoot missiles, and then hit the missiles back at him to do damage. And you just rinse and repeat the process until you get to about a third of his HP. Once the health bar goes down to roughly 1/3 of his hit points, he will go into phase 2, which is the exact same, except he will shoot multiple attacks at you at once. So instead of only doing like one attack at a time, he will hit you with multiple attacks. So you want to be extra sure. And some of the attacks that he hits you with will also be buffed, which will make it obviously harder to dodge them. So you just keep doing the same thing you did in phase 1. Keep shooting the missiles right back at him. And yeah, just keep avoiding the Golem and whatnot, and then you'll be good. So once you get him down all the way, you will finally fight the guide himself. You can simply take out this guy by slapping him. He has quite a lot of health though, so you're gonna have to slap him quite a few times. The guide will try to do like basically what real players would do when you would fight in slap battles. He will try to bait you, he will jump, he will move sideways, and if you look closely, you'll see he's using the flash glove, which means he will teleport in the direction he's facing. So just make sure you're not standing too far away because he will probably teleport on you randomly, which let's be honest, you don't want some random noob to teleport on you randomly. It is also worth noting that when he slaps you, you will take damage. So if you get down to like 1 heart, I would suggest just trying to dodge him until your regen kicks in and you heal health. So do not try slapping him when you have 1 HP because it's really risky and there's a good chance you'll probably just die. So I would highly recommend that you wait and heal up before slapping him if you are at 1 hit point. So you basically just keep slapping him over and over and over again. Make sure to dodge his teleports. Make sure to dodge the meteors. Oh, don't try to lure him. Don't try to lure him into the meteors because it doesn't do damage to him. So once you've slapped him silly, he will stinking fall in a hole. And then you have the option to either save him or toss him in the hole. Now you will get a glove depending on which choice you choose. So that means you will have to beat the boss twice to get both gloves, because you'll get a glove for saving him and you'll get a completely different glove for throwing him down the hole. So make sure that, so you are going to have to come back and do the boss again, but it is totally worth it just to get both gloves. And also I think the boss battle is really fun to do. So once you've done that, you should get the badge, and then eventually after a cutscene, you will get the option to return to lobby. Just click the button to return to lobby and you will, return to lobby. I don't know what you expected from a return to lobby button, but that's what it does. And once you return to lobby, you will have your brand spanking new glove, which is super cool. Anyways, I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, make sure to leave a like on this video. It really helps a lot. So that is one amazing way you can help the channel, is just by giving it a simple like. I mean, yeah, it's just right down there, right below the video, a little like button. If you want to give that a little click, that would mean a lot to me. You can also subscribe, which is also really helpful, and I would really appreciate it if you did so. Anyways, I hope you had a good day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.